everybody. There's my little clap that I do at the beginning of every show. I don't know if that's like a tradition now or what, but let me see if I can get this in focus a little bit, of course. And it's going to still be kind of out of focus because, of course, it is. But here we are, episode 54 of the Unking Spirits Club, and I have something that's been around a while. It just didn't really show up in this area. It's pretty common over in Ireland, where it originates, and that is Paddy's Old Irish Whiskey. And you can hear this mentioned in many Irish songs by Irish artists like Gaelic Storm, etc. They talk about around at Paddy's. And I've never really thought much of it, but I saw it in the grocery store recently, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to give that a try. And I don't know what version this is compared to, like what expression this is compared to what they have over there. I'm sure there's different types, different kinds. This one is 80 proof, so just basic, introductory stuff. And it's got a good color in the bottle, good, nice auburn quality there. So we're going to go ahead and peel off. The cat's going to sneeze over there. My goodness. Has a cork. I think this was mid shelf in my grocery store. I think not bottom, not top. It was mid shelf, which isn't bad necessarily because there's a lot of stuff on the mid shelf that's pretty decent. At least my local grocery store. Very light pop of the cork there. Very light pop of the cork. It smells like. It smells like the cork. Although the cork doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look like it's rotten or anything. Sometimes you get cork rot and sometimes you get a bad bottle. And I don't think I've ever gotten a bad bottle, but there's always a chance. I don't know. Something smells almost synthetic, which is not a good sign. But that could just be my nose playing tricks on me. So we're going to just go ahead and pour this. Pour my ice cube there. Just a nice little pour. Gonna pop that back in. I should be using my Glencairns for this, but that's okay. This is what I had, and I'm gonna keep using my Woodford Reserve rocks glass. So let's see here. It smells a little bit better in the glass than it did in the bottle. Maybe it was just too close to the cork. Like, so you know how they have different fill levels and things, and maybe it just had picked up some of the cork itself, which is interesting. It's kind of a funny joke because it's from County Cork in Ireland. County Cork. So it smells like cork because it's from Cork. Stay away from the comedy, sir. Okay. So I'm trying to see what kind of impressions I can get from this. It might be a little stuffy, honestly, because I'm not picking up very much from it. It doesn't smell very strong. And I know it's 80 proof as opposed to some of the 90 proof stuff that I've been having lately, but that shouldn't really be a huge difference as far as overall smell, because I've known some 80 proof things that were really hefty with the scent. And I'm not really getting any fume or anything. Dip my mustache in it before I even get a chance to taste it. Okay, well, that's a mess. So this video is going that direction, I guess. Excuse me. But, yeah, no significant smells. I was trying to dive my whole face in there to see if I could smell anything. And I'm not. I mean, I smell things. I haven't lost my sense of smell. I don't have like virus or something. But well, I've got my ice cube in there. I've let it kind of sit for a little bit while I talked about it. So let's see what this tastes like and see if it tastes stronger than it smells. Breathe out. Profoundly different. Sharp, but not in a very terrible way. Although it does hit. Ooh, it goes down into the belly. Real heavy. It just kind of stabs down in there, but it's not a heavy, like, alcohol sharpness. And it's very sweet. Very crisp. Super crisp. Probably one of the crispiest, crisp, because crispy is different from crisp. I don't know. The crispest, I don't know. Forget all that. Cut that out post. But yeah, very crisp, very mid fall, I would say. It would fit in with like holiday parties and things like harvest parties and things like that. Harvest and Halloween and that kind of stuff. Not so much, Thanksgiving so much, but before that, when you got all the apples and the pears and all the all that kind of those fruits are all good and ripe. Yeah, it's definitely stronger than it smells, and I don't mean strong in that it's overwhelming or that it's a very strong alcohol taste, because it's not that bad. It really is a lot more present, I should say, in the taste than in the smell. And the smell is just barely there. It's just this barely there whiskey scent. Unless, of course, my nose is stuffy, because it could be, being later in the day. Maybe I've stuffed up a little bit from going in and out since it's cold outside. But interesting. Let's take another sip and see how that treats us now that the palate's adjusted. A little bit of a sour note, second time around. A little bit of a sour note on the mash. But not bad. You could easily mix this with like an apple cider or something else and spice it up a little bit, and it would fit right in. It'd be really good. It'd be really excellent, I think. Um, that's pretty good stuff. I won't say it's the best Irish whiskey I've ever had, but it's not that bad. It definitely surprised me. I expected from the smell that it was not going to really punch me that much, and this really gives you a nice. It's like a slice of whiskey rather than a punch in the face like you might get from bourbon and things like that, or like a kick to the gut that you might get from some scotches. Um, Not bad. Thin. It feels thin as far as the mouthfeel goes. Not too oily or viscous. Um, Very nice and light. This would be a great whiskey to have with meals. Like, this is a good whiskey. Probably, I bet this would pair super well with some pub food, some good pub food, like like some shepherd's pie or some fish and chips, or like a steak pie or something, or even like a plowman's lunch or something like that. I think this would fit really well with a lot of those things. Maybe even a Sunday roast with some Yorkshire puddings or something like that. If you're into the UK style um, culinary stuff, and then here, if you had it with some nice roast beef or I don't know, a nice, good, hefty comfort food meal, meat and potatoes, that kind of thing. Maybe like a stew with some carrots and some potatoes and big chunks of beef. Yeah, I think this would be really, really excellent as an accompaniment to that. Not everything you can drink with a meal, especially a heavy meal, but this I think would pair very, very, very well. So I like it. That's what kind of a whiskey this is. This is definitely a social food whiskey, which I can see why it's a staple at the pubs in Ireland. I can understand that now because You eat, you drink, you hang out with everybody, and yeah, I could see this going with that definitely. I almost feel like I should have gotten some Guinness now, so I could have some Guinness and a little bit of this both. But maybe I'll save some and then get some Guinness in a few days. Hmm. Yeah, not bad. It gets a little bit more sour as you drink it, but not sour in a way that's really kind of like, it's gross. But it needs something to accent it as you drink it. And I think a good meal, something good and hearty with some good brown gravy or something like that, I think that'd be really, really tasty. So there you go. This is another pre-recorded episode. I'm on a bit of a roll with that. This will be the fourth pre-recorded in a row. I'm going to try to break up some of these with some cheap shot challenge stuff upcoming if I can find something that fits the criteria. But until then, everything's all kind of planned out, and I will have other videos in between. Like I'm going to have Twitch Tuesday is tomorrow as I'm recording the video, but probably not tomorrow when the video actually debuts. I have all of these pre-recorded ones scheduled for Thursdays. So, but as I'm recording it now, I'll have a Twitch Tuesday coming up. So there will be more Twitch Tuesdays where I play games that I have never played before, and I'll be sending those both to Twitch and to YouTube. And I'm going to try to get into some other things too. I'm still really behind on everything, and kind of overwhelmed with stuff. Not like mentally overwhelmed, but just I've got a lot of work to do. So, but hopefully there will be more different content all coming up, so it won't all just be these. I know these are the bulk of it, and this is what I like, but I also want to do other things and throw them into the mix there. So, but until then, that's what I got. This was once again Paddy's with the D's, not the T's. Paddy's Old Irish Whiskey, and there's a little story on the back if you guys want to hear it. It says, our Irish whiskey traces its roots back to 1779, but its true name did not come until much later when a salesman by the name of Paddy Flaherty. I've never known how to pronounce his last name. Flaherty. I've never known how to say that. Flaherty. Paddy Flaherty. That's probably wrong. I hope I don't. I want to insult anybody. If you're from Ireland and you know how to do that, tell me. Roamed pub to pub with a sales pitch of equal parts smooth triple distilled whiskey, good humor, and revelry. Paddy was as beloved as the whiskey he sold, in no small part because of the free rounds he'd give at every stop. It was only fitting that this fine whiskey became known as Paddy's. So tonight, invite your friends to gather round for a toast to Paddy. And it says it's a product of Ireland, aged for a minimum of 3 years, according to the Irish Whiskey Act of 1980. Cork Distilleries Company Limited, Middleton County, Cork, Ireland. Imported and bottled by Sazerac Company, Louisville, Kentucky. The Sazerac Company owns a ton of brands. A ton. I believe they are the owners of Buffalo Trace, the owners of Blanton's, the owner of Willett, Weller. They just purchased somebody else recently that was really big. They own a ton. So it's no surprise that they've picked these guys up to add to their catalog. I always wonder how monopolies work as far as these kind of things go, because there's very few owners at the top of all these different whiskeys and spirits and everything that you enjoy. There's only a few like major players up there, and they own pretty much everything. And anytime somebody new comes around, they buy them up pretty quick. I guess as long as the quality doesn't really suffer, and I guess as long as the product is different, as long as I can taste that this is definitely different from other Irish whiskeys I've tried, I guess I don't mind. But I don't know. At one point, is it too much? And that's probably a discussion for another day. So, Paddy's Old Irish Whiskey. Okay, I don't know if it'll focus on it just right. It's a nice label. There you go. Keep an eye on the space. More stuff coming. Like, share, subscribe. That's the mantra. Do that. Share with your friends, etc. Boom, 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 boom. Good. Till next time. Cheers.